I know it doesn't go left to right, but if it did,
Is this going to be the fourth week you
Do
say
Kirk
a guy
Cousins?
needs to stay on the mountain?
no,
where
I
he is?
might move Bo Nix up. I'm going to move Bo Nix up
After 3 interceptions?
and 3 touchdowns. Caleb and Bo need to be can be on the same level.
Purdy and Tua.
That's
should
all.
be on
I
the
think
Caleb.
I think Jaden is up there. You got all the rookies up there. You got Jaden up there. He's playing the best. You got Drake May one level above. I think Caleb needs to be on his own level, and Bo one above him, and that would be my list of how guys are playing. So QB wins, which again I am an unabashed fan of. Last 8 games, Bo Nix is 6-2. Caleb is 0-8. He's lost so many games consecutively. He was asked about it, and he's like, what is it now? He's like, yeah, it's 8 games in a row. And Bo's just has, I think he's got every one of these, Josh. Yeah, so he's got everything there. Everything there. He's 6-2. Deep throws, which we thought Caleb was going to be good, and Bo maybe, okay. Nope, Bo is good here, and there's stats yesterday in the first half that the average depth of target for Caleb last night, 0.6, and there was another one. It's just
wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good. I was like shocked. I thought they were graphic errors. And then finally on the move, where we thought this would be where Caleb would be really good, extending plays, making things happen, and this was not like a strength of Bo at Oregon. Turns out he's much better than on the run. Passer rating's better, more touchdowns, passing yards are more, and better completion percentage. So for those 3 reasons, QB wins, deeper throws, which I was going to give to Caleb, and sort of mobility throws I was going to give to Caleb. I'm going to move Bo.
So you think? So I guess
that's a good argument.
So I
wins.
understand
I'm a
the Bo
wins guy.
versus Caleb head-to-head thing, but that's not really how the mountain works. You think Bo's been as good this year as Drake May? I'm just asking.
I'm a Drake May guy.
So hold on, wait. Are you a QB wins guy?
Of course.
How's Drake? Then why should Drake May not be dropped?
God, it's not. Look at.
I'm just
It's
curious.
not all inclusive all the time. There's nuance to it.
Is the nuance if you're the Patriots quarterback, you're just awesome?
rich
Sometimes
tapestry.
QB wins matter more.
Okay, well now they're kind of just skipping through it. First off, before I give my take, does anyone know how you get stats like this, throwing on the move and stuff? I know how to get some of these other more specific stats, but I don't know how to find stats like throwing on the move. I don't know if that's something that we have access to easily, just like obviously through some website or whatnot, or if that's something like that they have just because they're Fox Sports and stuff like that. So if anyone knows, please let me know, because I would love to be able to look at some of these things. But yeah, Bo Nix has been better than Caleb Williams. That's not controversial. He's been more confident. He's executed the offense better. He's been more comfortable. He looks more comfortable just on the move, being more mobile. Bo Nix has been awesome. Now the big caveat is that Bo Nix is in a significantly better situation because of coaching more than anything. Caleb Williams would have, you could make the argument that he has, but not even make the argument, he does. He's got better weapons, better players, but the Denver Broncos are clearly the better team, the better culture. They're supporting Bo Nix way better than the Bears are supporting Caleb. And as if you're a Bo Nix fan or a Broncos fan, you should be like, yep, exactly. We got the better team, we got the better franchise, we got the better culture, we got the better coach, we got the stability. We're not firing coaches, firing coordinators. Yeah, good luck with that. Sure, Caleb Williams may be great, but like good luck trying to unlock it. So some of those gifts that Bo Nix has, you shouldn't be like, no, Bo Nix would still, no, like say it with pride, say it with your chest out. It's like the people who always want to try to downplay other quarterback success, whether it be Sam Darnold, Purdy, whoever. They're always like, nah, look at their weapons, look at their coach, look at their, okay, fine, whatever. Rather have all those weapons and that coaching staff and, whatever than not. So it's like, again, wear it with pride. And to be very clear, it's not like Bo Nix is only playing well because like he's got a stacked roster and an amazing coach. Like that's obviously not his situation either. So like at least there's maybe some validity when people want to say about Sam Darnold and the Vikings with Kevin O'Connell and Addison and Jefferson, and same thing with Purdy when all those guys were fully healthy with Shanahan, Ayuk and Debo when he was more in his prime than he is right now. Like at least there's like a little bit more concrete arguments. But like anyone who's been actually watching these games, we know Sean Payton has had a huge impact on him, which again, that's a good thing. But then we've seen where Bo Nix has been able to overcome his limited roster. He's had to overcome some poor play. Like we've seen him be an overcomer. We have not seen that out of Caleb Williams. We've seen some highs from Caleb, and I keep supporting and defending Caleb. I've made endless videos defending and supporting Caleb and giving him a massive pass for this season because I think it's been an all-out disaster. But at the same time, if we're going to have this conversation, all things equal, we got 2 rookie quarterbacks. Bo Nix is just playing better. You can still absolutely make the argument that you think that Caleb Williams will be a better quarterback, which I'm not getting in that conversation here at all. I'm just trying to say that that conversation can still actually be had. There's no proof in just 14 games of a rookie season. But we can acknowledge, again, it's never a perfect comparison because the Broncos have a lot of gifts and a handful of, bags of coal. And same thing with the Bears. The Bears have a lot of gifts, but also have plenty of coal to go around for them too, as we see firing coaches and all of that. So it's never going to be a perfect comparison. It's never. So we have to kind of just look at it as a whole. And that's why, to me, it really is. You don't even have to do an advanced eye test. We don't even have to go through all of these stats. Just do a very basic, fundamental, elementary eye test. You just watch the game. You don't have to look at the all 22. You don't have to look at, was that the right route? Was that the right read? You don't have to do any of that. You just sit back and watch. Very neutral. Who looks better? Who looks more comfortable? Who looks like they're controlling that offense? Who is throwing with more of an authority? Who is making plays? Who is panicking more? Who looks more ready to win right now? The answer is Bo Nix. It's just a fact. It's just the reality of the situation. We don't have to make it any more complicated than that. For some reason, we think that little thing that I just went through is kind of like not valid because we need the analytics. Well, again, the analytics kind of show Bo Nix, so then you got to check that out. And even if you want to be like a more deeper, football savant, I'm all for that. But my point is, like, you don't need it. You actually don't need it when you just watch who looks better, who is playing better ball. That is what you kind of have to fall back on more than anything. Then everything else comes from that baseline. That should actually be your foundation. Who do you think just looks better? Then you kind of zoom in a little bit and you go, okay, well, why does this player look better? Why does this player maybe not look as good? Then you can go into coaching. Then you can go into, well, actually, he looked better in this game, but actually in this game that this other quarterback actually didn't look as good, he actually played a lot better than people realize. What they don't understand is that so-and-so, ran the wrong route and the game plan. Like, then you can get more lost into the details, which again is also very valid. And I love to do that as well. But when you're in kind of like a little bit of a messier situation, I just encourage everyone to just take a step back. You just watch the games unfold, and it's just who just looks better. If we didn't know anything about any of these teams, any of the coaching staff, any of the firings, any of the hype going into this season, any of the draft order, any of the projections of who these quarterbacks would be, and how many wins this team would have and that team would have, if we didn't know any of that, none of that, and we just watch pure quarterback play, the answer is obviously Bo Nix. And I just don't know how it could be argued against. Like, I really mapped out the most basic, elementary, fundamental way of just being like, who looks better? This guy or that guy? It doesn't get any more neutral than that. And again, like, I understand some people are like, well, that's just a feeling. And it's like, sure, I get it. But that is the foundation of the eye test. What just looks right? Who looks better? Who looks more comfortable? Who looks like that they are actually running the offense that it needs to be run? Who's making less mistakes? Who's throwing the ball more accurately? Who's hitting the guy? Who's making the right read at the right time? Who's making the right type of throw at the right time? Which team is asking their quarterback to do more or less in any given moment? The answer is obvious. It just is. I know it's inconvenient for some people who are, believe that Caleb Williams is going to be like the greatest quarterback ever. And again, to be very clear, I think Caleb Williams will be a great quarterback. I really, really do. But Bo Nix is better right now, and that's okay. And maybe one day in the next 3 years, maybe Caleb Williams ends up being better than Bo Nix, and that's also okay. But like, I don't know, this fact that Caleb Williams is struggling right now and hasn't been playing really well, and because of that, we got to just like put Bo Nix on that list too. It's like, okay. I see you. I see that game we're playing. I see you. Sure. Sure. So here we have. I went from week 6 onward. So I just threw away the first 5 weeks. Because when you're a rookie quarterback, it's like, what are the first 5 weeks of someone's career? I mean, like, that's like, oh my God, right? You're learning on the job. It's kind of crazy, kind of chaotic. Do you realize from week 6 onward, so a much bigger sample size, we got Bo Nix top 10 quarterback. I mean, he's behind Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Herbert, Burrow, Sam Darnold, Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels obviously is having a great year as well. Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff. Jaden Daniels is the one outlier. Everyone else has been in the league for years. I mean, Bo Nix is playing better than Jordan Love, better than Matthew Stafford, Geno Smith, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Drake May, Jameis Winston, C.J. Stroud, Kyler Murray. You know all the names. Caleb Williams, all the way down to 22. I mean, like, this is not really cooking the books. This is just like, hey, for everyone, let's just throw out those first 5 weeks. Let's just go from week 6 onward. Like, I didn't do that strategically. I just kind of went off and was like, you know what? That first month or so, rookie quarterbacks, let's just throw that to the side. I mean, he's been playing great. I mean, he obviously really has. 94 rating. Again, not lighting the league on fire, but still really good. Again, he's a rookie quarterback. He's literally doing better than like true established pros. Higher than Patrick Mahomes. Like, literally has a better passer rating than Patrick Mahomes. Geno Smith. I just, I don't know why it's so shocking to think that we can compliment and speak positively on what Bo Nix is doing. And why it has to be kind of this whole thing of like, after a 3 interception game? Okay. So it wasn't a perfect game? I mean, I don't, like, how does that make sense? But yeah, those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Bo Nix? Do you think that he's actually playing better than Caleb? Or do you think that they're still on the same level? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.